For over 4 centuries, the mystery of the lost colony of Roanoke has perplexed historians. In the late 1500s, over 100 English settlers vanished from Roanoke Island, leaving behind a single cryptic word carved into wood. Sir Walter Raleigh, a prominent figure in the Elizabethan era, spearheaded efforts to establish the first permanent English settlement in North America. His vision aimed to secure a foothold for England in the New World. Roanoke Island, located off the coast of present-day North Carolina, was chosen as the site for these ambitious colonial attempts. Its strategic position offered potential for trade and privateering in the vast uncharted territories. The English first arrived on Roanoke Island in the summer of 1584. This initial expedition was crucial for surveying the land and establishing early contact, paving the way for future settlement efforts by Raleigh. The first official attempt at a Roanoke colony was established in 1585. It functioned largely as a military outpost, staffed by approximately 108 colonists, primarily soldiers, and led by Governor Ralph Lane to secure England's presence. Ralph Lane, an English military leader, served as the governor of the 1585 Roanoke colony. His leadership was crucial in establishing the initial outpost, though the challenges of the New World proved immense for the approximately 108 colonists. The early English colonists, including those 108 settlers from 1585, often depended on local Native American tribes for survival. The Secatan, a regional tribe, initially supplied the English with much-needed food and resources. Despite initial cooperation, tensions soon escalated between the English military outpost and the Secatan tribe. The colonists' reliance on indigenous resources, coupled with cultural misunderstandings, led to increasing hostilities by 1586. Owing to these escalating hostilities and dwindling food supplies, Governor Ralph Lane was forced to abandon Roanoke Island. The first colony was evacuated in late June 1586, marking an early failure in Raleigh's colonial ambitions. Despite the 1586 failure of Governor Lane's military outpost, Sir Walter Raleigh remained undeterred. He continued to champion the idea of a permanent English presence, setting the stage for a new, more ambitious colonial effort. In 1587, a new chapter began with the establishment of the Second Roanoke Colony, famously known as the Lost Colony. This expedition was envisioned as a true civilian settlement, bringing families, including women and children, to the New World. This second colonial attempt was led by John White, an English artist and governor. He oversaw 117 men, women, and children who embarked on this challenging journey, hoping to establish a permanent English presence in America. The original plan for John White's colony was to settle in the Chesapeake Bay area, further north than Roanoke. However, circumstances led them back to Roanoke Island, marking a critical diversion from their initial directive. Upon arrival, the settlers discovered the 1585 fort dismantled and signs of conflict. This unexpected situation forced John White's group to rebuild at the same fraught location, changing their settlement plans from the outset. Amidst these challenges, a hopeful event occurred: the birth of Virginia Dare in 1587. She was the first English child born in the New World, symbolizing the potential for a new generation and future for the colony. With dwindling resources and the need for more supplies, Governor John White made the difficult decision to return to England. He left the 117 colonists on Roanoke Island in 1587, promising a swift return with aid. John White's anticipated speedy return was severely hampered by the escalating Anglo-Spanish War. The impending threat of the Spanish Armada in 1588 commanded England's full naval attention, preventing assistance to Roanoke. The global conflict forced John White to remain in England for 3 grueling years. He was finally able to secure passage back to Roanoke Island in 1590, carrying supplies and hope for the stranded colonists. In August 1590, John White at last returned to Roanoke Island. His heart heavy with anticipation, he expected to find his family and the colony thriving, or at least awaiting rescue, after his prolonged absence. Instead of a bustling colony, White found an eerie silence. The settlement was utterly abandoned, homes were dismantled, and the area was devoid of human presence. No sounds, no smoke, just an unsettling emptiness. Crucially, there were no signs of a struggle or violent conflict. No bodies, no blood, no ransacked buildings. The organized dismantling of homes suggested a planned, though perhaps hurried, departure, deepening the mystery. The only tangible clue left behind was the word Croatoan, carved into a wooden post of the fort's palisade. This cryptic message immediately became the focal point of the enduring Roanoke mystery. Further investigation revealed the letters CRO carved into a nearby tree without the planned cross symbol, which would have indicated distress. This partial clue further deepened the puzzle surrounding the colonists' departure. Croatoan Island, now known as Hatteras Island, was home to a friendly Native American tribe. The presence of the Croatoan carvings suggested the colonists might have relocated there, seeking refuge among allies. Despite the clues, John White could not find his family or the 117 colonists. The precise fate of the Lost Colony of Roanoke remains one of America's greatest historical enigmas, baffling experts for centuries after 1590. One prominent theory suggests the colonists assimilated with friendly Native American tribes, like the Croatoan or Lumbee peoples. They may have sought safety and survival by blending into indigenous communities. For generations, the Croatoan and Lumbee tribes of North Carolina have shared oral traditions of English settlers joining their communities. Legends speak of ancestors with gray eyes and English surnames like Dare and Cooper. Another theory postulates a massacre by hostile Native American tribes, possibly in retaliation for previous colonial aggressions. However, the lack of bodies or overt signs of violence at the site challenges this explanation of the 117 settlers. Some speculate the colonists migrated inland, attempting to find a more suitable location for settlement or to escape coastal threats. This movement might have been in small, unorganized groups, making their trail difficult to follow. Harsh environmental conditions, unfamiliar diseases, or famine could have led to the colony's demise. Starvation or illness might have gradually decimated the 117 settlers, leaving too few to maintain the settlement or leave definitive signs. A sudden natural disaster, such as a hurricane or tsunami, could have wiped out the coastal settlement. Such an event would explain the rapid disappearance and lack of clear evidence, leaving little behind in its powerful wake. The cryptic clues and lack of concrete evidence have fueled wide-ranging speculation for centuries. The Roanoke mystery remains a canvas upon which historians, archaeologists, and enthusiasts paint countless unproven scenarios. The mystery deeply ingrained itself in American culture, inspiring Paul Green's outdoor drama, The Lost Colony. Since 1937, this play, performed at the Waterside Theater, keeps the Roanoke story alive for audiences, becoming America's oldest outdoor drama. For hundreds of years, archaeological and historical research offered limited answers. However, a new era of genetic genealogy and forensic DNA analysis has emerged, finally offering groundbreaking scientific approaches to the 4-century-old enigma. Roberta Estes, a trailblazer in forensic genealogy, founded the Lost Colony DNA Project. This initiative combines historical archives, anthropological data, and genetic databases to trace potential descendants of the vanished colonists. The project uses forensic DNA analysis and genome sequencing technology. Instead of searching for bones, researchers now seek genetic markers, haplogroups, and ancestral signatures embedded in living individuals, turning bloodlines into vital clues. Roberta Estes' goal is to identify whether descendants of the Roanoke colonists might still exist today, quietly preserving the legacy of America's first English settlement. This quest involves extensive genealogical and genetic detective work. The Lost Colony DNA Project directly engages with the long-held oral traditions of the Croatoan and Lumbee tribes of North Carolina. Their legends have consistently spoken of English settlers integrating into their communities. These tribal legends describe ancestors with distinct features like gray eyes and mention English surnames such as Dare, Cooper, and Brown. These details provide crucial traditional evidence supporting the assimilation theory. Modern genetic testing has begun to provide scientific backing to these narratives. DNA sampling from local families in North Carolina has revealed fascinating results, offering tangible links to the vanished settlers. Among the significant findings are traces of European Y chromosomes intertwined with Native American mitochondrial DNA. This genetic evidence strongly suggests cultural integration, indicating male European ancestry combined with female Native American lines. Forensic DNA analysis and genome sequencing technology have opened revolutionary frontiers in solving ancient historical mysteries. They allow researchers to find answers where history had only whispers, giving science a voice. These findings rewrite history by providing compelling evidence for cultural integration. The Roanoke colonists likely did not vanish, but rather assimilated into nearby Native American communities, seeking refuge and a new life. The lost colony might be a misconception. Instead of a horrific tragedy of vanishing people, the evidence suggests a story of adaptation and survival, challenging the long-held narrative of a complete disappearance by 1590. Alongside DNA research, modern archaeological findings are also beginning to align with theories of assimilation. Excavations at various sites beyond Roanoke Island potentially reveal where some colonists settled. The story of the lost colony is continuously evolving. New research and technological advancements allow for deeper understanding, transforming a tale of disappearance into one of complex cultural exchange in the early Americas. While no single smoking gun has definitively solved the mystery, the combined weight of oral histories, archaeological finds, and DNA evidence points towards a plausible scenario: the integration of some colonists into native society. The changing understanding of Roanoke offers a more nuanced narrative of America's colonial beginnings. It highlights cooperation and adaptation, rather than just conflict, between early European settlers and indigenous populations. The Lost Colony of Roanoke, whether a story of assimilation or disappearance, continues to captivate and educate. It remains a powerful reminder of the profound complexities and unforeseen challenges of early colonial endeavors in North America. Today, visitors can explore Fort Raleigh National Historic Site on Roanoke Island, North Carolina. This site preserves the location of the English settlements and serves as a vital educational resource for understanding the colony's history. The site features reconstructions of early colonial structures and interpretive exhibits. These efforts help visitors visualize the daily lives of the 117 settlers and the challenges they faced on Roanoke Island over 400 years ago. Archaeological digs at Fort Raleigh and surrounding areas continue to unearth artifacts. These include tools, pottery shards, and remnants of daily life that provide tangible links to the 16th century English colonists and local Native Americans. The search for definitive answers about the lost colony is an ongoing endeavor. Researchers worldwide, using both traditional historical methods and cutting-edge science, contribute to solving this centuries-old American mystery. Perhaps the colonists weren't entirely lost in the sense of being vanished without a trace. Instead, their story may represent a profound, intimate merging of cultures, a new beginning rather than an abrupt end, changing the meaning of lost by 1590. Beyond Fort Raleigh, new initiatives often seek to explore the wider impacts of Virginia Dare's birth. Projects like the Colonial Park aim to reconstruct more comprehensive environments of the early English and Native American interface. The story of Roanoke remains deeply connected to England's past, particularly the Elizabethan era. It reminds us of the grand ambitions and harsh realities faced by a burgeoning colonial power on the world stage. Beyond the mystery, Roanoke is ultimately a human story of hope, struggle, adaptation, and survival. It's about the lives of the 117 men, women, and children who ventured into the unknown, forging a path into America's complex heritage. The fate of Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the New World, remains one of the most poignant aspects of the mystery. Did she grow up among native peoples, her English heritage slowly blending into a new identity? From Sir Walter Raleigh's grand imperial dreams to the modern-day scientific breakthroughs, the Lost Colony of Roanoke endures as a captivating tale. It reminds us that history is often less about definitive answers and more about continuous inquiry. Each new archaeological discovery, every refined DNA analysis, and each re-evaluation of historical documents adds another piece to the puzzle, unearthing new chapters in America's oldest, and perhaps most human, mystery. What do you believe truly happened to the Lost Colony of Roanoke? Share your theories, insights, or any new research you've encountered in the comments below. Let's keep this centuries-old conversation going.